Hey everyone, Lisa Freed here, and I'm here with Kimberly Lynn and we're here for Important Conversations. So today, Kim's going to be interviewing me, some questions that came in from Facebook followers and Facebook fans, and it gives you a chance to learn a little bit more about me and see a little bit more how our friendship interacts.
Dude, I got the wet one.
There'll be an outtake for that. It'll make sense.
I wasn't filming you doing that.
It won't make sense.
She tried to eat the questions.
I was pretending it was a cookie jar, and Kim was like,
Don't get in the
hoarding
way.
them, and I was like, but actually.
There's the limit to how much of your spit I want to touch in one day.
Passport. Yeah.
Ready?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
Where is your happy place?
Oh my goodness. I actually got to take Kim to my happy place, and you know where it was? It was in a room full of 200 strangers. Just kidding. I did take her places like that too, but we went to the ranch, and the ranch is far and beyond my happy place. I honestly, if I can smell horse breath and step in cow shit while wearing footwear of some sort, I'm a happy kid. And I said to Kim, I said, watch me when I get to the ranch and let me know if I'm glowing. And
Oh yeah, it was obvious.
yeah, so by far my bad day, go to the ranch. It'll only take you 3 hours to drive there, but you know, I'm
It's a
there.
good drive.
Totally. I get there, I'm there for 5 minutes. I don't even remember, I don't remember my trouble's names even, except for this one. I remember her name, mostly.
You want to see which finger I put my ring on?
No. And I don't want to see your ring up close to my forehead either.
No, not this one. Not yet. Oh, this several of these.
Well, you can pick them.
That's what I'm doing. I am doing my job here. Who and what are your inspirations?
Whew. So we filmed this whole thing last week, once before, and I think I have to say my answers have shifted a little, and it's amazing what 1 week will do. So last time I said my dad is my inspiration, and he still is, don't get me wrong. My dad is my inspiration. He is a guy that told me, you know, Mabel, that's his affectionate term for me, Mabel, you gotta work for yourself. He's like, you don't need to make anybody else richer. Work for yourself. If your boss is a bitch, well then you can handle that, because it would be me. And you don't get fired over conversations around things like that. And do what you love. And my dad is a rancher, and he used to work on the oil rigs, and they bought their first their first set of cattle in 1990, and then they've since grown it into quite the cattle operation. And my dad does what he loves almost every single day, and that's such an inspiration for me. My mother is one of the kindest, most gentle women that you'll ever meet, and she inspires me to be kindness and love in action as we go about the day. And you know, just yesterday something really profound happened, and my daughter, who's 8 at the time that we're filming this, 8.5 should correct me, we're driving home from school, and she said, Mom, I want to take a dance class. And I said, oh good. I went, great. Dance. And I said, well, what do you want to I said, okay, why hip hop? Well, she's got moves, and and she wanted to try something new, and I thought, I can't really say to this kid, do new things, you know, try new things, be brave, try new things, and then
Not that new thing.
and then be like, no, not that one, pick again, like maybe this new thing, you know. Anyway, so that was it. She, being the magnificent manifestor that she is, I said, well, you know, dance classes have already started. It's September, and she said, oh no, there'll be one. And sure enough, there was one starting last night, 20 minutes from the house. And so she actually danced 2 classes last night, the beginner and the intermediate. She was asked to join the competitive level of hip hop. And she wants to know what it's like to work on a team and to really commit to something. And like, wow, she's 8 and she knows this.
She's your mini-me, though.
So I'm super proud of her, and so watching how what I do in my life shows up in hers, and watching how it affects her inspires me, and now it means I have to step up my game. Kim asked me, just a side note, Kim asked me, she's like, are you gonna be one of those dance moms that like learns all the routines and then does it from this, like from the audience or the sidelines to help her so she can look at me for a cue? But I thought, man, Delaney would be like on stage performing, look at me for a cue and bust out laughing. So I don't think I'll be that mom, but
The other kids probably would too.
yeah, right? Maybe the competitors I could do that for. Right? Stack the odds.
All right, last question for this segment. How do you ground yourself?
Well, I have,
She looks in the mirror. She goes, Lisa, you're grounded.
and then I take myself into my room for a timeout.
She means nap.
Sometimes Netflix and nap, but if I'm really grounded, no Netflix. How do I ground myself? Good question. If I'm at the ranch, I just go outside and see a horse or a cow or a mule. Even the farm dog will do, I guess. She's not my first choice. Or I go outside, anywhere outside, if I can be barefoot.
Have another drink.
But it's red, so don't spit it out on your pants. I do that. If I can't be outside, then I light incense. Incense seems to work. But if I want to like ground myself and remember who I am, prayer and meditation, that works too. Sometimes there's some energy though that needs to move before I can do that stuff, so I play. And that can be paint, that can be reading cards, that can be, well, I was using a power drill yesterday, so, I mean, pretty much any form of play works for me, so that's how I ground myself.
Great.
Excellent. All right, so that's all for this segment of ImPORTant Conversations with Lisa and Kim. Cheers. I wish you a day as beautiful as you. So much love. Mwah. Bye for now, everyone.
We're doing good on time.
Are we?
Oh, you walked away this time to make sure I didn't get any outtakes?
Oh,